Scaevola aemula is probably the most widely grown species from the Scaevola genus, and yet it's still relatively unknown to gardeners. But it is becoming more popular and is one of those plants that, once you've tried one, it becomes a firm favourite that you'll want to grow every year. I have one here that I have bought in early summer that I intend potting in a large pot to go on the terrace. These plants start flowering on relatively small plants, so you will probably see it for sale in flower. But don't worry about it finishing flowering or going over, as Scaevola flowers all summer long, so buying a flowering plant is normal. The common name for this plant is fanflower, and I think that is an appropriate name. The flowers do indeed form small fans. If you look closely, you'll notice that the flowers look as if they have been cut in half, so half flower is another common name for this plant. This example is white, and you can also get plants in shades of blue, pink, and purple. The flowers have a white to yellow coloured throat, which contrasts nicely with the petal colours. So many flowers are produced that you can barely see the leaves or stems. This really is a spectacular plant. The flowering is non-stop from early summer until the late autumn frosts. These plants are actually tender perennials that are most often grown as annuals. As can be seen, there are very few leaves. This genus hails from Australia and the warm parts of the Pacific. It grows in hot and dry places in nature, and so it has adapted to life in the heat by cutting back on leaves which lose water. The stems are fat, thickened, and quite succulent. That means that this plant is very tolerant of drought and neglect. It also means that we should position in full sun. Partial shade is okay, but will result in fewer flowers. The thickened stems are heavy, especially when covered in flowers, so they trail downwards and scramble around rather than growing upwards. So this plant does not get tall. Mature height is around 30 centimeters or 12 inches. Spread is 60 centimeters or 24 inches. This makes them great choices for pots and containers where the long stems can scramble about amongst other plants, or they can trail downwards, such as in hanging baskets. Of course, they can also be planted in the garden borders. Place at the front of borders where they can be best viewed, or how about planting along the edge of a short wall or raised bed so they can tumble over the edge. These are adaptable plants, so almost any soil type will do. In pots, I would recommend a multi-purpose compost or a soil-based compost. Just make sure the compost or soil is free draining. Wet and boggy soils are not suitable as they can lead to rotten roots. This is a drought-tolerant plant, but regular watering will still be required in summer. Water may be needed every 2 to 4 days, but daily watering may not be needed. A liquid fertilizer can be given weekly as part of the watering routine. Deadheading of the flowers is not necessary, but long stems may need to be pruned now and then to maintain shape. Scaevola is not particularly prone to any pests or diseases, and thankfully it's not popular with aphids, whitefly, or mealybugs. If you wish to propagate, you can take cuttings from mid to late summer and root them in gritty compost. Overwinter the rooted cuttings indoors and plant out in the spring when the frosts have passed. Scaevola aemula really is a high-performance plant. It produces masses of flowers, it flowers all summer long, it's low maintenance and drought tolerant. It's not fussy about its soil or compost requirements. As I stated in the beginning, this really is a first-class summer garden plant that once you've given it a go, you'll want to grow every summer. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like. I really appreciate your support. And please subscribe if you'd like to see more of my plant videos. Thanks again, and I look forward to bringing you the next video soon.